I have a question about the agenda. On new business, we have review of urban chicken policy. Back in September 4th of 2014, with ordinance number 126 not passing, resolution to adapt to urban chicken policy was removed from the table. So technically and legally, we can't have something on the agenda if we don't have an urban chicken policy. So
The urban chicken policy is a contract that if somebody wants the chickens, that's the exemption from the council. That's what this is. It's like a contract.
But it doesn't, I mean, this leads everybody to believe that we have an urban chicken policy. And we don't. Because it was killed back in September 4th of 2014. So for us to put something up, we could have discussed a possible chicken policy on the agenda, but we can't put on here review urban chicken policy. We don't have a urban chicken policy. So I'm asking that we remove that from the table. And next month, if you want to put on there discuss chicken policy, we can, but we can't put review an urban chicken policy because Plymouth currently does not have an urban chicken policy. It was killed on September 4th, 2014. So this agenda is being technical.
So are you requesting that we remove it from the agenda tonight and go back and go by the current ordinance and strike all chickens and livestock from the city?
Well, we need to go back and take a look at, we need to reword that. We can't have it
We can
worded.
put review chicken policy.
We don't have to, we can
Well,
just
we
say
don't
it right
have a
now.
chicken.
We don't have to redo it for next month. We can just all cross it off right now.
You're incorrect there, because I talked to the legal cities today.
We're doing this because Craig wanted reviewed,
Right.
so that's why we're doing it.
I'm just saying
He's the one that
that
brought it up.
it's not on here correctly. So for us to approve this agenda, we're basically saying, in the League of Cities eyes as well, that Plymouth currently has an urban chicken policy, and we don't.
Well, our policy is no chickens.
Our policy, yes, there's no chickens, is what our policy is.
And Craig asked
It's
me
in
to
the
put it
book.
on the agenda.
But that was never approved and adopted. It's just
Okay,
something
but
you've
it-
said.
okay. The policy right now, it's unlawful to have chickens with the exception of the council, correct? Do you agree with that?
The ordinance.
No, yes, do we agree with that? Yes, the exemption from the council is this thing right here. It is a contract that the council gives to somebody that wants chickens.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with it. It's
Yes,
with
it
the
is.
ordinance.
Stipulations for the exemption.
But that was never approved or adopted or
It
never
doesn't
codified.
need to be approved. If the council, if you want approval for chickens, this is what they're gonna give you, and you have to abide by it so you can get your chickens.
That was never adopted, it was never accepted.
was.
Yeah.
No, when was it?
No, it wasn't. That was never adopted.
It was never adopted, it was actually thrown away. It was thrown out, and he's telling you the minutes of the meeting when it was thrown out.
Then what about the one that Harrington and Alicia signed?
It was, it was killed. I'll read what it says right here. It was killed on September, it says right here, with the ordinance 126 not passing, resolution to adapt to urban chicken policy was removed from the table. We have no policy. Only policy we have is
Is no
what
chickens
Ashley,
allowed.
what Ashley just wrote unless you ask for an exception.
Right.
Exactly. But right here, we're stating that we want to review some urban chicken policy. We
Let's
don't-
strike that.
Yeah.
So no chickens
No
in
chickens.
Plymouth.
No chicken.
Going back to the ordinance, and the policy is not in effect.
But the
Right.
current ordinance is.
The ordinance is, but the policy is not in effect.
Right.
It
So
never
there's
has
no
been.
chickens.
Stipulation. I mean, it's-
That's fine, but then there's no chickens.
Then
in
there's no
Plymouth.
chickens.
Unless the city council says you can have them.
Fat belly pigs or nothing like that.
No mini goats.
Okay, as we're gonna address this right now, there's something I wanna say. I don't know if it's 2014 or 2015, I was on the council when we were doing all this, and John and Jody submitted permission to have chickens, and we okayed that. And I don't know when that got rescinded. In fairness to him, I don't know when that got revoked.
It was temporary for 3 months. So I have it in my office, don't dare shake your head at me.
So anyway, currently the ordinance says nothing in this town.
Right.
Right, except by
That's been
writ-
like that since I've been on the council.
Yeah, I know, I agree. That's why all this mumbo jumbo about the chicken policies, nothing has ever changed. We tried to, we're going to, but it never ever changed. Those stipulations there, that policy, because we got lost in the language of policy and ordinance. Because we were all thinking we were changing the ordinance, we had special meetings, I mean, we were trying to do it right. And painfully so, but we were trying to please everybody. And then in the end, we didn't pass it, and I don't know, because I thought that policy that that we have was part of what we had approved, but then, yeah, so,
So there are no chickens.
No chickens.
No chickens.
So if-
Well, see, that's not right either.
Unless you ask for exception.
Because it wasn't the people that did it wrong. It was you guys that did it wrong. But there's been no problems with these people having them till right now because of no policy. What's the problem? How many people do we have that have chickens?
Just John.
That nobody's having a problem with?
I do,
We do.
because the people down on Pine Street go by their house, and the geese will be in the road. People aren't gonna complain to John and Jody, they complain to me. I get complaints.
Okay, I can understand these, but
Right.
the chicken one.
They have roosters.
And they have
I get
roosters.
complaints about the roosters crowing all the time.
Okay, well,
So why are you telling me that?
Yeah.
You're just telling me now?
Because I sent you 2 letters.
You didn't say anything about our roosters and
Yeah.
about
Yes, I
our
have.
geese.
John, you were the mayor when we said no roosters. Everybody knew no roosters. That was always the rule.
Well, I'm just
So
telling,
I
I'm
don't know
telling you
why you
right
think
now
it quite
that,
changed for you.
you know, we have so many more better things to concentrate, whether or not John Breeze and Jody Breeze has chickens or geese. There's so many positive things happening right now in Plymouth, and it just,
We weren't the ones that were bringing it up. It was,
I'm just saying.
And what is it?
You know, it needs to be brought up that your chicken policy wasn't valid. You're enforcing a policy that wasn't valid.
We were given an exception. But no stipulation.
I have to take that.
You can have, we were not given a stipulation. We didn't sign anything. We talked to Mayor Harrington and Alicia and said, do we have to sign anything? Do we have to pay a permit? What do we need to do? No, you don't need to do anything. So in my eyes, we're no different than the dairy farm. We really aren't.
The
that's what I
dairy
was
farm
gonna
is a
say.
century-old
We're-
farm
we're-
business. But hold on, I can tell you why. That's industrial. That's their livelihood, right?
They're-
Okay, they have milk, right? Your chickens are just your pets.
And they were
They can have,
grandfathered
yes,
in
they're
back in
grandfathered
another
in. I
century.
can't do anything about that cow farm. I can't touch it.
Okay.
That's the difference, is that's their business. So if you want a chicken farm, by all means, go have your chicken farm.
Okay. Well,
You know what
we're zoned industrial as well.
I just wanted to, the thing that was brought up is that we were going to review a policy, which we cannot review a policy because there's not one to review.
And that's all I'm saying.
And then it seems like everyone jumped on board and like said, okay, well, since someone brought this up, I just see a lot of negativity up there. Yeah, it's a chicken, yeah, we don't have it, trying to do it the correct way. It's like a waste of everyone's time to constantly discuss for 10 minutes about a chicken, and the rudeness and disrespect that I see up there tonight is sad. We voted you guys in to work together, to work for our city that we love and support. Come on, let's all get along. Let's put a bigger foot forward and get along.
But you don't understand there already has been complaints and he's breaking the law with the chickens.
So who's complaining about this rooster?
I don't ever ask names, because if I start asking
Oh.
names, people are not gonna be calling.
See,
All I
we don't even
know
get
is
to
people
face
that-
our accusers. I don't think anybody's complaining about it.
Afraid to say
Right.
anything up front because they know that they're gonna get harassed.
Right.
Maybe they're not complaining at all and she's saying they are.
Don't even say that.
How about that letter that I read to you the first of the year? About that gal walking her dog and somebody came out and yelled at her.
That got twisted around, didn't it? Because I got a chance to talk to her too, and you guys took that all twisted, you blew it all out of proportion, you tried to use it to take everybody's chickens away.
And I talked to Gail too. She goes.
And she is just bummed as heck that you're trying to use.
I have no idea. I talked to Gail personally. Okay.
Yeah, me too. And I'm not sure why you tried to use that to try to blow it out of proportion and act like she was attacked by geese or
What the
something.
gal's father said.
Okay, so you didn't talk to her directly?
I did not talk to
Craig and I both did.
I did, yep. I talked to her at,
So what are you saying happened?
It's not allowed.
that's not what we're arguing about, you guys.
Right.
This is not even.
So what are you saying happened?
Why are you getting off the subject?
I'm on the subject of chickens.
no, we're trying to get rid of the chickens.
So what did she say, Ashley?
Greg, if you're listening to call me a liar, I'm not even going to.
What did she say? I didn't call you a liar, I asked you
No,
what she
you always
said.
call me a liar.
Well, you can't call her, but that's it for a different
That's what
time.
I mean.
Okay,
The very,
hold on.
hold on, the lack of respect you show me is not okay.
It's equal to the lack of respect you show me,
About
and that's
what?
not okay.
About what?
I'll give you one example.
Okay.
I can't even give an
For more
example.
than one reason. I'm not a good thrower, but guys might want it done.
You don't want an example.
All right. Open public forum. Code of ethics. All names, okay. No names? No? Code of ethics. Tell us about this a little bit more.
Goes along with the code of conduct. I didn't realize, I thought it was all together, and apparently it is not.
So 2018-10, does that,
I've got some questions on it. It says, okay, on the comply with the law, the members shall comply with the laws of the nation, the state of Iowa, the city of Plymouth, in the performance of their public duties. But in that code of conduct, Ashley wrote that provision that says I can't hold a camera, and then talk to the lawyer and find out that violates the open meetings laws. So here's an actual provision in our code of conduct that violates the open meetings laws, and yet we're saying we want to comply with the laws.
No, it doesn't comply with the open meetings law. I asked Mickey about it. I gave you all the emails.
Yeah, you gave me the emails and stuff, but what the lawyer said is the sheriffs aren't going to enforce it, and the lawyer says it's null and void, that you can't do anything with it.
Right.
That
It's
it-
just I keep track that you are not abiding by the code or whatever, and that's about it. That's all we do.
But you don't think that violates the open meetings laws, and that's why the sheriffs and they don't back it up?
No, they can't unless you disturb the peace, I guess.
Right, exactly. People holding cameras, you can't stop people from holding cameras because it violates the open meetings laws.
Right. But
And then
we
here
can-
you've got a provision that says I can't hold a camera.
So what's your question?
Yeah.
My question is, why either we got to get that off the code of conduct,
You just
or
said
we
it doesn't
can't.
say it on there.
What's that
No,
now?
the
You
code
just
of
said it
conduct
doesn't say
and
it.
code of ethics are different. Yeah.
So the code of ethics is in conflict with the code of conduct.
Okay.
does that
It's good to know.
No, it doesn't coincide with it at all. Because these are exactly what you gave me.
So this, he's looked at this and this is all okay?
Yeah, I got them from him.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns?
And about the conduct of the members, professional and personal conduct of members must be above reproach and avoid even the appearance of impropriety. Members shall refrain from abusive conduct, personal charges, or verbal attacks. And I've been verbally attacked at this one. So we got verbal attacks, and
Craig, where are you at?
it's at the very first page of Code of Ethics.
This is only to get people's attention.
Oh, I see, number 4?
No,
Number 3.
Number 3?
Code of Conduct of Members.
You've been verbally attacked
Yeah, by you.
because I told you you called me a liar?
Right, and I didn't get a chance to show examples of how you lied to the League of Cities.
I wasn't absolutely like that.
No.
You did say, yeah, you kind of are, that's what you said afterwards too. So you guys are just nitpicking.
So things like that, it's not just PC, using PC to silence free speech and any kind of criticism, huh?
Sure.
Okay, so, and the next one would be in communication.
Okay.
Any contact that a council member has with a party involved or potentially involved in a matter that is or will be before the city council outside the public hearing process is known as ex parte. Contact, engaging in outside ex parte contacts can violate the due process requirements. Is that saying, like, John was having a problem with his roosters and he's before the city council, so I can't go talk to him? Is that what that means?
No, you can talk to them. It's just, it's more or less to make you aware that if other people see that you're talking to them, they might have an issue with, it's not open meetings, when you have a quorum.
There can't be,
It's just, they're just making you
there can't be
to,
three of you guys. No.
yeah, kind of be aware
It doesn't
that
say
when
that. It doesn't even say it's about city council members. It says that any contact that a member has with a party involved or potentially involved in a matter is or will be before the city council. So it doesn't have anything to do with.
A lot of us haven't read this real closely. I mean, for us just to agree to this in the next 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes isn't really something that I don't think that we should do, just because we have a lot of questions about it and a lot of misunderstandings about it. So my suggestion would be for the council to take a month and review this and take a look at it versus just making some decision where probably half of us haven't read it. So for us to approve something in 10 minutes, yeah, we probably should have looked at it for a week. And the code of ethics is a very important thing, so I don't know that any of us have really, went line by line and paragraph by paragraph and read it thoroughly so we can get a full understanding of actually what we're gonna sign and agree to.
Anybody else want to hold off a month, or?
No. It's not that complicated. Pretty much be nice and behave.
I'd also like to bring up that you're asking us to sign this thing in at the end, and it says that we all agree with the code of conduct, and it's still got that festering little provision that no other community in the state of Iowa has that try to start attacking me for holding a camera. So if I sign that, it means I agree to the code of conduct and that nasty little provision you put in there that you couldn't find in any other code of conduct.
Nobody said anything about you holding a camera the last 2 meetings.
You're just stating the obvious, Eric.
It's the truth.
It is the truth.
So why
So why don't we talk about the code of conduct instead of what's been going on for the last couple of weeks? You're just stating the obvious. But then, at the end of this, you're asking us to sign a piece of paper saying we agree to the code of conduct with that festering little provision that you went to the lawyer and found is not valid. It can't be enforced. It violates the open meetings laws. When we sign it, we says we agree to the code of conduct. And that code of conduct,
Don't sign it then. Everybody else signed it last week.
no, that's not true.
I'm sorry, last month. Okay.
And everybody else didn't
Somebody
sign it.
knew.
We weren't here last week.
Yeah.
But you didn't sign the other one, so
What other one?
you didn't sign the other code, that first month we had, or did you come back and do it?
No, I don't think I signed, I wouldn't sign that.
Don't sign this one. Anybody else have any questions, concerns?
Not unless we actually just went through it. I know it'd take a little while, but
That's the only problems I have with it. I don't know the problems I have with it. I went through it.
This is a very important document, each one of us to sign, and I don't,
What are your concerns with it, I guess?
well, a concern, I haven't looked at it that close, I've had it for 2 days. This is a very important document.
How many days you gotta look at it?
Code of ethics. This is something you should really review and have a full understanding of what this says. No disrespect to you, Eric, but can you tell me what number 6 means? Number 7? I mean, seriously, I mean, this is...
They're kind of vague. They're really vague. You could use them for anything.
Exactly. I think this needs some more attention. This should be,
I mean,
you
can you?
can't sign something that,
So you don't understand what it means either, Eric.
So with your conversations you had with Vicky, did you ever ask him about any of these? Because she got them from him.
I didn't ask him. What I'm saying is, I think, I don't know that the council, I don't know the council members have full understanding of what it is. That's
Then
my
hold it for
point.
a month and bring it back next month.
Perfect. That's all I'm asking.
I signed it last month, so it doesn't.
Yeah, they all signed it for Christmas, so. No, I have you signed it. It's all in your guys' folders.
We move on now? Need a motion then? Accept it.
Not accept.
18/10/41.
Is there a second?
everybody please.
And I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Carried.
Aye.
Jeff?
Oh, aye.
3 ayes, 2 nays. Okay,